Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, Pacific Northwest Weather Watch. Today is October 1st. Happy first day of October to everybody out there. Taking a look at the mid-level water vapor loop. We got Washington State here, the Hawaiian Islands to the bottom left. Look at this cinnamon bun spinning up across the Gulf of Alaska. This maturing and now filling mid-latitude cyclone is weakening as it makes its way across southeast Alaska. This frontal system is just going to try to clip some of the Pacific Northwest as it is weakening. We'll take a look at what is to come as we go through this week. Looks like a frontal system will be making its way as we go towards the end of the week upcoming here, so stay tuned for that. We'll also take a brief look at the extended forecast, and as far as the comet viewing right now, you can see there is some high clouds out there, but there may have been some comet hunters that got to see it this morning. It's pretty close to the horizon and not that far from the sun, so it makes it a little bit difficult to view. But as we go through October 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, it's going to be coming visible during the sunset. So hopefully we can get some good weather at that time, and I'll show you that here in a moment. Now, looking at SeaTac yesterday, it looks like 67 right there at the average high temperature for this time of year. We finished the month almost a full inch below average, so don't like to see that. But anyway, October 1st, 1987, I believe it was, SeaTac reached 89 degrees, the highest temperature ever recorded in October. I can actually remember that day, believe it or not. But yeah, we're not going to get anywhere near that this time. But yeah, pretty interesting stuff that we can warm up a little bit here in the early portion of October. Now taking a look at the European versus itself. This is yesterday afternoon's run versus yesterday morning, and I do want to show you a couple things here. You can kind of see this, the big cinnamon bun system here that is weakening and casting a weak frontal system. A little bit of onshore flow occurs with that, but then you can see this stronger system is going to come through, at least for the Pacific Northwest. More of an impact here, and you can see this will be rolling on in through the day Friday, so that will bring some precipitation to some areas. We'll get that here in a moment. And then we look off into the extended forecast. It did show some ridging after that system as we go through about the October 6th timeframe, but then you can see as you go off into the extended forecast, look at how much even the European disagrees with itself. The one as of yesterday afternoon has much more ridging here. As you can see, some systems try to approach Pacific Northwest on yesterday mornings, and we go all the way out towards when the comet would next be viewable, and you can just see how much the model disagrees with itself even. And you know, this would be much more of an active weather pattern on the right, but this is the more recent model run here with some ridging, which would be much more favorable for some of that comet viewing here. But just kind of showing you a little weather model 101 on how much models can disagree once you start looking way out, plus 7, 8, 9, 10 days into the forecast. Taking a look at what the European is showing here as of last night's run. There is the cinnamon bun here. You can see it rapidly filling, weakening. It does bring some shower activity here as we go through tonight and on into Tuesday morning here. Not a lot of precipitation associated with that one. And then we have the system that's going to bring this frontal system as we go on into the day Friday. You can see some of this precipitation getting all the way down towards the Oregon coast, the Willamette Valley, western Washington, maybe some kind of a convergence zone behind that, up into the higher terrain as well. And then we start to look off in towards next week. Another system trying to approach her. We'll be watching that one as well. But first things first, taking a look at the European on the left versus the GFS on the right. This is the ensemble mean. So all of the European 50 ensemble members are averaged out here, and same thing with the GFS on the right, except there's 30 ensemble members with the GFS. So if we put that into motion, you can see the system just clipping us here and bringing a little bit of precipitation. The European and the GFS just have a few hundredths of an inch for Seattle, a little bit better for the Cascades. But then as we go towards Friday, you can see the European a little bit more precipitation, you know, maybe a third of an inch, and a little bit less here on the GFS. And then we scroll off towards the end of the model run there. So you can see you're not looking at a lot of precip, but that Friday frontal system will bring a little bit of blustery conditions with it. Also, we'll check out the wind speed starting now. This is about 2,500 feet up in the atmosphere, about 925 millibars. So if I put this into motion, you can kind of see the onshore flow coming here as we go on in through tonight. And that's about, it's 11 p.m. tonight. You can see the onshore flow down the Strait of Juan de Fuca. A little bit of convergent zone activity maybe in the wake of that system as it moves through here also. And then things quickly turn back offshore as we go through Thursday morning. But then you see the next storm system developing here as we go on into the day Friday. The onshore flow will return as well. as well as that frontal system dropping some precipitation. The control run actually, as of last night, had 35 miles per hour for SeaTac, so that might get your attention a little bit here. Some blustery conditions, kind of a typical fall frontal system moving through the area, and again, that would be during the day Friday. You can see Quileute. I mean, we're not talking about a lot of wind here. I mean, even Quileute there on the Washington coast, not kicking up much wind. This is for Hoquiam, a little bit further south on the Washington coast, and maybe some 20, lower 30, mid 30 mile per hour gusts at the most. I shouldn't say at the most, because there are a few ensemble members that do have some gusts up into the 40s here, but nothing completely out of the ordinary here for this time of year. Whidbey Island, bit of a westerly surge here as well, and some southwesterly winds at times. Actually, this would be the westerly surge, southwest winds with the next system here, but nothing too crazy. And this is Bellingham also, same thing. Now, taking a look at the daily 2-meter max temperature, check it out for today. Before the clouds really start rolling in here, you can see warming up across some portions of Oregon, eastern Washington, maybe some low 70s here for western Washington as well. We go through tomorrow, that onshore flow will be cooling us down a little bit. There's Thursday, bounce back a bit, and then Friday, the next system will be rolling in here as well. And then there's Saturday, maybe we'll bounce back after that also and build a little bit of ridging here across some of the region. We'll take another look at that tomorrow. If we look at the GFS, it's not calling for a lot of precipitation with the Friday frontal system, as you can see. Maybe 1/10 of an inch on the control run, and the ensembles don't all agree that we are going to get any precipitation at all. The European is much more bullish on bringing that precipitation in. You can see right towards 4/10 of an inch on the control run, and the mean is pretty similar there as well. So much better agreement here with the European on that Friday system. Now, 6 to 10 day, you can kind of see this below normal signal here across a lot of the center portion. And if you look at that, just a little clip of some above average there. We always take these 6 to 10 days with a grain of salt. But look at that temperature across a lot of the west as we go through October 10th. We'll see how that works out. And I just wanted to point this out. We still are dealing with some fire potential across the east slopes of the Cascades here. So heads up for that. You can kind of see a little bit of moderate risk out there at times. But yeah, anyway, interesting look there on the mid-latitude cyclone that's up across the Gulf of Alaska. Again, that one just a very glancing blow for the Pacific Northwest. And then the next frontal system way off to our west here will be rolling in here as we go on in through Friday. We'll be watching that one closely. It's still a ways out there. And yeah, so looking forward to getting a little bit of precipitation in here. And we are into September, a lot of the area much below average. So hopefully we can get some of that going. And then I'll be watching that comet forecast as we get towards the October 12th time frame as well. Hopefully we can get some good viewing for that, because that comet might end up being something similar to what Neowise was as far as the visibility in the sky, but it's going to be closer to the horizon as well. So check that out on space.com, for example, or you can just go on one of the social media sites and search for comet, and they'll share some information with you. You'll see people posting pictures of the sunrise comet, sunrise pictures they're probably getting here, maybe even across some of the Pacific Northwest this morning. So anyway, hope you guys are having a good day. Otherwise, click like and subscribe. We will do this all again tomorrow, and check out that frontal system on Friday, and I will talk to you guys then.